What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about burnout in the Big Four. Now, I've been seeing a lot of posts on Reddit, Instagram, and sometimes Twitter now about just overall general burnout within the Big Four, as well as 9-to-5 accounting jobs. Now, one thing that I've come to learn about burnout is it's going to happen no matter what you do, because once you find something that you genuinely enjoy, you're going to be going at it every single day, probably 10, 12 hours a day, and at some point you are going to burn out. Now, of course, there are things that I've done that have cured my burnout, okay? Causes of my burnout was working too much, feeling unappreciated, bad diet, not working out, and the way that I fixed my burnout was really doing the complete opposite of that, asking for recognition and not saying, oh, did I do a good job? Just saying, hey, how was that project that I handed in last night? Was that acceptable? Yes, it was. It was good. Okay, thank you. Basic stuff like that. Or waking up a bit earlier, maybe going for a 20-minute walk, a 40-minute walk, not waking up at 5 a.m. hitting heavy weights and stuff. I took baby steps, I never started meal prepping every single night so that I have my lunch and dinner packed and ready. I took baby steps. Instead of getting a cheeseburger at Wendy's, I just got a chicken breast and salad. Or I did get a cheeseburger, but instead of a bun, I got it wrapped in lettuce. Just baby steps like that are steps that I took to curing my burnout. Now, I want to talk to you about something that I don't see people talking about with burnout, and especially in the Big Four and 9-to-5 accounting. And that is, I see people talking about burnout, and then they take 2 weeks off or they take a month off, and then they come back in the office, and a month or two later, they're right back to square one. And then they think that it's the work environment. So they go out and they get a new job and they transition from one firm to another. They have to meet new people, learn the systems, meet the new bosses, meet the new managers, learn the client's file, stuff like that. Just to go through the whole phase again, just to get burnt out. I see that as an endless loop that's never going to end, right? So I thought, what is a way to 100% cure Big Four burnout? And it hit me a couple of years ago when I was working my 9-to-5 as a bookkeeper. And I came to the realization, whether I'm working a 9-to-5 as an employee or I'm running my own business, I'm going to be stressed. I'm going to have deadlines. I'm going to be working minimum 40 to 50 hours every single week. I'm going to be doing the exact same work, debits and credits, bookkeeping, financial statements, stuff like that. So I thought, if I'm going to be doing this work, no matter what, and I'm gonna feel this way no matter what, why not do it for myself? Because at least when I do it for myself, I have location freedom, I have time freedom, I have financial freedom. If I'm feeling sick on a Wednesday afternoon, I can take the rest of the day off, right? I'll wake up early the next day and get it done. I don't need to go to my boss and explain to him that I'm feeling like shit and I want to go home. If my friends are going out on a Tuesday, I can go out. I can charge the client that I'm doing the work for what my current business or firm charges, but I get 100% of the proceeds. Obviously, I've got expenses and whatnot and operating costs, but it comes nowhere near what I'd be getting. You work on a file, your firm is charging that client, say, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 on that file. If it took you, say, a full day to do that file, it's less than $1,000. Way less than $1,000. So that's something that I came to that realization. I thought, hold on, I'm going through all this stress, all this pain. I'm dealing with all this headache and weight on my shoulders. Why not get paid for it? Why not have the location freedom that comes with it? that's another thing that I talked to a couple different people about, is even if I did start my own business and I didn't make as much, let's say that my base salary at a big four was say $80,000 to $100,000. Let's say you got really lucky and you're really good and you got a base salary of 100 grand, but you're working 50, 60 hours a week. You're stressed constantly. You got no free time. Weekends you have off, but let's be honest, weekends you're thinking about work. You're dreading Monday. Can't really be there in the moment to fully recharge. So let's say you base pay is 100 grand, but you go and work for yourself and you make 80,000 or 70,000 or even 60,000. At least when you're working for yourself, you've got time freedom and location freedom. And I can guarantee you, at least for me, as a bookkeeper, if I went into my own thing and I only made $60,000 a year, my expenses would be minimal. My client workload would be minimal. To make $60,000 a year as a bookkeeper running your own firm, you're probably working maximum 10 hours a week on the high end. That's with no systems, no processes, nothing like that. 10 hours a week max. Now that's my take on the whole thing. And if you love the Big Four and you love working there, by all means stay. But I think at some point you need to ask yourself, at what point does the burnout actually stop? Right? Because like I said before, you could take your 2 weeks off, you could take a month off, you could speak with your managers. I've heard stories of people going to their managers and bosses and just simply explaining, look, I'm feeling really burnt out. And they were very understanding, and they even gave that person a 2-month vacation. 2 months. 1 month paid. They took that vacation and they come back and they're feeling amazing, but a couple months later, they're back to a square one. So that's something to think about. I think everyone who gets burnt out at Big Four and thinking if switching jobs, switching careers, getting a new position or lowering your hours or whatever it is gonna fix it, I think it's gonna be a temporary fix. I look for long-term fixes, okay? If it's super painful, sure, I would like a short-term fix, but for the most part, give me a long-term fix. And the way that I see it is if you're working in Big Four, you got no time freedom, no location freedom, very limited on the financial freedom, and you're just so stressed. If you're gonna go through that pain of being stressed, why not do it for yourself and at least make some good money from it? But anyways, you guys, that's just what I wanted to jump on here and say. The number one thing that I did that helped me was just take baby steps in the right direction. You already know what is gonna be better. You know what's gonna help you, but take baby steps. If you're eating out for lunch and dinner, maybe get a healthier meal. If you're not feeling appreciated, maybe ask for feedback and say, was this project good, right? If you're working too much, see if there's a way that you could cut your hours back. So tiny things like that, just take baby steps, okay? With that being said, you guys, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like on this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.